Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello, Internet! My name is Kelsey, and welcome back to my closet. We went from the usual late year dry spell of news to suddenly everything and everyone had news. To the point where this is going to be a really massive video, and I left some things out because it was already getting too massive. I'm gonna try my best to condense it all into something digestible, but yeah, there's just a lot all of a sudden. So hang on to your seats. Let's not waste too much time in the intro, let's get started. And first off, we're gonna go with MGA, because doll.girlicious on Instagram, who's one of my favorite news sources, has created lineups for the major brands, Rainbow High, LOL, Bratz, and Yummiland. And there's quite a lot coming out for each of them. Starting with Rainbow High, on this first page, we have some things that are already available or that we already knew about, like the Creative Crystal dolls, the Hair Chalk dolls, some horrifying Rainbow High littles with playsets. But down here at the bottom, we see that there's going to be another set of fashion packs. We have the themes that they'll be based around, but we don't know the designs or the colors yet. After seeing the first set of fashion packs, I'm kind of lukewarm on this, and it sucks because we wanted fashion packs for so long. I said about it from like day one, and yet we didn't get them until now. And that's not to say that the first wave of fashion packs were bad, but they were definitely not same detail and quality that was synonymous with classic Rainbow High. But I am kind of curious about the holiday theme pack in this set and the camping one. MGA just loves doing camping stuff, like all of their major doll lines have had a camping doll at one time or another. That might be worth checking out because they usually make pretty cute camping themed stuff. Then we'll have another gimmick line, which I guess will be like the next main Rainbow High line, called Rainbow Fantasy. Not sure what that's supposed to mean, since it seems like these days the whole brand is fantasy, but these will be centered around a gimmick, and they're $29.99 rather than $24.99 as the previous lines have been. So either they're raising the prices, or this is a more in-depth gimmick than the last few lines. Maybe they'll even give us second outfits? I highly doubt it. We have Skylar, Bella, Violet, and Iris, who is the new character from Creative Crystal. Am I the only one that's noticing Ruby and Jade are mysteriously absent lately? Because I think we're seeing a repeat of Poppy here, and that's probably why they introduced Iris. Because for her to be in two lines with the main characters, back to back like that, I think they're using her to replace somebody else that they're excommunicating from the brand. And I don't understand why. It's called Rainbow High. You can't have a rainbow without red, orange, and green. But I digress. To go along with Rainbow Fantasy, there is going to be some kind of playset, probably based around whatever gimmick that the line is introducing, as well as a line of littles that will also be in the theme. And I just can't believe that the littles are selling enough that MGA is like going hard on them. I really thought they would have been a one and done kind of thing, but no. There's gonna be some new siblings as well. Two of them might be Ruby and Jade's sisters, despite the fact that they're trying to pretend Ruby and Jade don't exist anymore. And then Astrid, since it looks like she's got a rainbow scheme, I'm guessing is gonna be Iris's sister. Really, I could totally do without any of the Rainbow High littles. And that's gonna be a theme that's going to continue later on in this video, that I could just do without any little dolls, but we'll get to that later. The last thing on this page appears to be a new budget line, probably slim box, 5 points of articulation. There's no information on a theme, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was another swimsuit line or some other kind of line where they could get away with giving you very limited clothing. On the last page, it looks like we'll be getting another wave of color and create dolls, and I don't mind these. Even the previous wave was pretty nice. I like that they changed to each doll having different clothing pieces. This way they're more collectible and you can do more interesting styles. And the clothes are more versatile because you can make them whatever color you want, or you could just leave them white. and they'll go with pretty much anything. But to go along with these dolls, there's going to be a color and create house. And this is actually a pretty cool idea. I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner. A fully customizable house would be really awesome, though I doubt that it's going to be as customizable as we're hoping. It's probably going to be more like you can color the walls or maybe a few of the pieces of furniture. Though I wonder what method they'll be using for the coloring part. If it's going to be markers or dyes or just stickers, or maybe the next wave of dolls will introduce a new coloring method that will be used in the house. But I really hope that it has a lot of customizable features so you can really put your own spin on it. And then finally, there will be another set of junior high dolls with a theme that we don't know yet. I'm kind of relieved. Honestly, like, I wasn't a fan of junior high before, but now I would take junior high any day over the freaking Rainbow High Littles. So yeah. I'll accept that junior high is a thing. Just get rid of the littles, good God. Let's move on from that depressing situation and go into LOL. Mostly we're gonna be getting stuff for the tweens, though there is one OMG item on this list. First, we have a new core series coming out. To me, it seems like this was planned for the spring, but then they had to push back to fall because there's a second page on this lineup that has 2 canceled projects, and one of them is almost identical to this, so we're still getting the core 4 here of Fancy Girl, Freshest, Cherry BB, and Olivia Flutter. And why they chose these 4, I have no idea, but it seems like the tweens are introducing less new characters and recycling old characters. So I don't know if this is going to be re-releases of their original looks or if they're going to give them new looks. There's also going to be budget versions of these dolls for $9.99. There is going to be a new themed line called Crack the Code. I'm guessing this has something to do with the unboxing experience. Maybe it's like a spy or secret agent theme. I just have a really bad feeling after what happened with the costume tween dolls that this is going to be some ridiculously large plastic locker or a safe, and that's going to mean the budget is lower and they have to give them plastic clothes again. I mean, that's all speculation for this crack the code thing, but I've been burned one too many times by MG8 lately. But these are going to be $24.99. And then finally, the OMG dolls that I'm kind of shocked to see. I didn't think that they would be able to release anymore after MGA lost the lawsuit, but maybe there were stipulations to allow them to release certain things that were already in the works. And if that's the case, I'm glad that they went with this because I am really excited to see the final product. These 3 are going to be Powerpuff Girl themed. This is perfect. At least I think it's perfect. The Powerpuff Girls and OMG have very similar head proportions. They both have huge eyes that take up most of their faces, so I really think the characters are going to translate really easily into doll form. As for the outfits, I'm hoping they'll maybe take some inspiration from the anime, since those outfits had more variation between them compared to the cartoon. Or they could go in a totally different direction. They could play off the teen versions of the girls from that one episode where they think it was like their imagination, they were teenagers, or they could make up something totally new. Either way, I am super excited to see what they will look like. I really didn't think I'd be getting any OMGs this year because of the way that they've been going, but if these turn out really good, I would definitely get Blossom. She's always been my favorite. I even went as her for Halloween when I was little. Okay, well, on to Yummiland. Some of these are already available, or we've already seen them. Like the new wave of the minis, there's the Valentine's dolls based off the Sweetheart candies, Easter dolls based off Peeps. But there's also a new larger doll. Her name is Skylar Rainbow Belt, though she's definitely giving Amaya vibes rather than Skylar. It seems that they aren't doing more large dolls after this one based on this lineup, but that could change. Though we do know there are a ton of minis coming out, and I'm excited to see a lot of these designs. Before we get to them though, I do have to point out right at the bottom of this page, the body scents that are coming out that come with Num Noms. If these are anything like the lip glosses in quality, I am definitely passing. I would much rather have a doll anyway than a Num Num. Anyway, back to the minis. We will be getting another set of generic candy themed ones in a line called Cheeky Sweets. I think they're called that because some of these candies are ones that not everyone is into, like licorice and sour worms. So I guess they're supposed to be a little sassier than the other Yummiland characters. Though there is also going to be a gummy bear one, a heart pop one, which I think is this one that we saw in a previous video. Stars, I'm not sure what candy that's supposed to be, and then moody cakes. I don't know, that makes me think of moon pies, but that's not candy, and this one isn't licensed, so I don't know what that could be. Though there are going to be other licensed candy ones. We'll be getting dolls based on Ring Pops and Blow Pops, Haribo, Jolly Ranchers, Kisses, and Bazooka Gum. If I'm not mistaken, MGA has used most, if not all of these brands before with LOL Loves Sweets, so they already have the licenses. It only makes sense for them to use them in a sweet-themed doll line. Also, there are going to be 2 more holiday characters, and given that they're coming out in the fall, I'm hoping that they're Halloween candy. I think a candy corn one of these would be adorable, even though candy corn is a very divisive Halloween candy. Personally, I like it. You can roast me if you want. There will also be 2 play sets, and they're called World Play Sets, each for $19.99. Either this is like them trying to build the Yummiland world, or maybe these are based on candies from other parts of the world. That would be a fun way to introduce people to candies they may never have heard of before. Finally, there will be a themed line with characters from the first wave of mini dolls, but I guess in new designs. I'm interested to see how they'll change the characters, especially since they're mini dolls. Their designs were not super elaborate in the first place, so I guess there's room for them to make changes while still being recognizable, but personally I would have liked to see new characters instead of repeats. Last but not least from MGA, we have Bratz. I haven't touched on a lot of Bratz stuff in the news videos before, but now that they're starting to make new Playline dolls, I'm getting more interested. So first, we have Going Out. They're already up on Amazon, some of them shipping sooner than others. I like these, and I especially like that they redeemed Jade from her Always Bratz design, because that was just awful. So she definitely got a glow up here. But before we get into any of the other things that are coming in the future, I want to get out of the way the babies. As I said earlier, I don't like this trend that MGA has, this obsession with making baby versions or little siblings of the characters that look like these little gremlins. They're never as good as the regular dolls. They always look weird, and I feel like they're pointless. I don't have any interest in them at all. Does anyone? Like, I'm not throwing shade at you if you like the babies. Good for you. I just feel like, why? What is the point? But anyway, let's get them out of the way so I don't have to rant about them anymore. There's a line called Runways, which is now available. There's a reproduction of Phoebe and Roxy as a 2-pack. I believe it's up on Amazon, but it's not available. Besides that, there's going to be another line of Big Babies, and then a themed line coming in fall with no information about the theme. Does anyone care? I sure don't. Now we can get back to the regular size dolls. Firstly, there's going to be a special anniversary Jade coming out for $49.99. And we have this somewhat blurry picture of her. I'm having a hard time seeing Jade here, mostly because she's blonde. One of the quickest ways to differentiate your doll characters is by their hair color, especially when they all have the same face. I mean, Jade has a different screening from her fellow Bratz, but the face molds are all the same. So to take away her hair color that really makes her stand out as Jade makes me not think she's Jade. Secondly, this outfit doesn't really seem like Jade's style to me. She's never been one for like the ultra feminine glamorous look. She's got a punk vibe, she's tough, she's edgy. This just is not any of those. It's a pretty outfit. I like the color, I like the skirt in the back, the veil even, but it's just not saying Jade to me. But anyway, she does look nice. The design is nice. Maybe when we see better stock images, it'll make it seem more like it's worth $50. Then we have 2 more Playline series coming out for the core 4 characters. One is called Scorchin, and there's a checkered flag in the logo. That makes me think race car theme, which I find kind of unusual, though I do like athleisure, so maybe it'll be athleisure wear. And they're $14.99, so I'm guessing they're gonna be more on the budget side of things. Maybe they won't have the extra arm articulation, maybe they'll have simpler outfits. And then there's a more expensive line, and this one has a code name, I guess, of OTL. I'm assuming that stands for something, but I can't help but think of that emoticon of someone bent over on the floor. Anyway, these are going to be $29.99. And again, we have the 4 core characters. At that price, they better come with second outfits, and they better be damn good. I really wish we knew what OTL stands for though, because then that would give us an idea of what we can expect. What do you guys think it stands for? Over the line? On the lam? Out to lunch? Next, there's a line called Fashion Fantasy, and the graphic here implies something like a fairy doll. So they did do the Bratz Pixies at one point. Those were pretty cute. Or maybe these will be something more akin to Bratzillas? Either way, I would be down for either of those. I mean, I only have one Bratzilla, but I really like her and I would get more. These could have some potential, especially because they're going to be $24.99. So hopefully that means they're going to be regular dolls and not some kind of gimmicky thing or not some kind of offshoot doll. All right. Finally, our last item from MGA is a Bratz Holiday Collector doll for $49.99. At that price, again, it better be damn good. And I'm talking like a super fancy, high quality dress, not a Roxy Grand situation. And I would like to see a new design. The Holiday Felicia was very pretty, but she basically reused the same dress from the Holiday Trinity, just in a different color. So I would like to see a new design, maybe a new character, and super high quality for $50. Let's take a quick break from the big boys of the doll world and talk about a few smaller things before moving on to Mattel. First, there is this Netflix show. I think I brought it up in one of my previous news videos, but I don't remember for sure. But it's called Mermaid Magic. It came out last year. I've never watched it, but whoever runs the You Love It site posts about it a lot. And so I see pictures and the character designs are pretty cute. And of course, this is the perfect kind of show to make a doll line out of, which is exactly what we're going to get this year. Supposedly the dolls are coming out around the holiday season, so for now we don't have great pictures or a whole lot of information. But so far, I'm feeling pretty positive. If I'm not mistaken, they're being made by, sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Giochi Preziosi, best known for Winx dolls, which would also make sense because the show is made by the same people who made the Winx show. We have this picture from some kind of convention or toy fair that shows a bunch of the prototypes, and it gives us a good idea of what we can expect from the line. There's basic dolls of the main characters, a couple of variations on the blonde, who's like the main character. She comes in a human form and a couple of different mermaid forms. There's even a mermaid doll that has a tail with like swivel articulation. There's also gonna be some other things like, looks like a styling head, a kids' costume and accessories, stuff like that. As far as the doll articulation, like for the human characters, seems like it's gonna be 5 points, so not great, but these are prototypes, so that's subject to change, as are the outfits. I just thought I would throw that in there. I'll be watching to see how these look as they get closer to their release. Hopefully, they'll be available outside of Europe, since it seems like this is all being done by European companies. And then this last thing, you know, I wouldn't normally touch on this, but I'm curious, my interest is piqued here. So the loyal subjects, they just kind of keep chugging along in the background, trying different things, and it looks like now they're going into licensed dolls, rather than just licensed action figures. So we have one of Carmen Sandiego and one of Jem from Jem and the Holograms. These actually look pretty nice. They have a decent amount of articulation, which I think for Carmen Sandiego is especially good since she's supposed to be like a spy. I'm not really into either of these properties, but just knowing of them, like in the pop culture zeitgeist, they look pretty accurate. It seems like they did put a lot of thought into these. The Jem doll comes with a second outfit so that she can transform into her regular secret identity. Her face is actually pretty cute. The Carmen doll has a stand that plays her theme song. She comes with some spy accessories. These dolls are both going to be Walmart exclusive, and while the Carmen doll doesn't have a list price, the Jem one says it'll be $24.99, so I'm guessing that Carmen will be too. If you were into these shows as a kid, they look like they would be a great addition to a collection. It makes me interested to see what other nostalgic properties the loyal subjects will make in the future. Because these might not be for me, but there are some other 80s and 90s shows that I would love to see immortalized in doll form. Alright. And now we can get to the meaty Mattel section of this video. Let's start with the Barbie Dream Besties, who seem to be expanding this year. First, we have a new roller skating themed line with all new outfits and accessories. They're $19.99 and they're going to be released on February 15th, but the Amazon listings are up. These are really cute. I really like these. I might even like some of them better than the first ones. Here's Renee. She's wearing this like fuzzy two-piece outfit and her theme is flowers. It's hard to tell if the skate wheels actually turn in these pictures. I would hope that they would, since this is a whole roller skating themed line. It would kind of be silly if they didn't even roll, but I know there are some Barbie roller skates with non-moving wheels, so. But yeah, she's really cute. I like her little squiggly hair accessories. I like the makeup on her too. Then we have Brooklyn. For Brooklyn, I really like that they went with a pink scheme for her because, you know, usually they reserve pink for Malibu Barbie, but Brooklyn is a Barbie too, so she is the Barbie right now because she's got the Barbie logo t-shirt, she's got the pink, those fuzzy leg warmer things at the bottom of the pants are a choice, but yeah, I think she's pretty cute. For Malibu, she still has a little bit of pink going on. They gave her some dip-dyed hair, but they went with a little more of a blue forward theme for her, and butterflies. The shorts are really cute with the little ruffles. Not sure how I feel about the big 3D butterfly on her chest. I think it would have been better if it was just like a wraparound. But otherwise, I like this pastel sweet look that they went with for her. And then finally, Teresa. Teresa was probably my favorite in the original set, and I do like her here. I wouldn't say she's my favorite. Her face is just really cute. I like her little dimples. I think that's why I like this version of Teresa. She's got a cloud theme, so her jacket has clouds. She's got the rainbow on her shirt. I love the pleated skirt. You know I love a pleated skirt. Overall, it's a cute line. Then they're going to do a swimsuit line. There's no price or date on these yet, but I'm guessing that these might be a budget doll. I mean, swimsuit lines just tend to lean towards being budget dolls, but that's not a guarantee. That's just my guess. Then there's also going to be a line with just Brooklyn and Malibu, and it'll be themed after #GRWM or Get Ready With Me if you're not up on your lingo abbreviations. These also don't have a date or a price, but I'm going to guess they'll be more expensive because since they're gonna be doing this Get Ready With Me idea, maybe they'll come with 2 outfits, accessories to help you get the doll ready for the day. I'm thinking that that's gonna make their price a little bit more. But this might be fun, you know, it reminds me of Glow Up Girls and Fail Fix. And lastly, there'll be a new core doll after the character Zaya? I don't know, I haven't watched the show. But she's from the Dream Besties show, and she looks cute. I mean, the whole line is cute. I haven't gotten any of these myself yet. I haven't fully fallen in love with any of them, but maybe one of the ones coming out this year will entice me. There's going to be another wave of Barbie Deluxe style dolls. I liked the first wave. I was glad that they were doing something a little bit more intricate than the fashionistas. The first wave had outfits that were actually nice, had some layering and everything, and that's the same thing here for the second wave. So this one has a metallic theme, so each of the dolls has a metallic outfit. And I really like the majority of these. The silhouette on the purple one is not my favorite. I don't really like the shorts with the baby doll top. I don't know. Maybe separately with other pieces they could be reused for other outfits, but together I'm not a huge fan. But I really like this one with the pink puffy skirt. Normally I wouldn't be into something like that, but for this doll in particular, it works. I really like her face too. They all have cute faces. Of course, Millie is still there, but you know, guess we're not getting rid of her so soon after all, but the other ones have cute faces. And I do like the outfit on the Millie. And also, there's going to be a set of Barbie Basics dolls, which was a line, I know it was a line before, I don't remember exactly when it used to be out, but they're bringing them back. And they each have a simple black outfit, which is, you know, a basic, something that you can build upon. So there's going to be 5 in this first wave, and they're each going to be $25. They come on made-to-move bodies. There's no word on exactly when they're coming out, but it looks like they were originally supposed to come out in December, so I would assume it's going to be soon since, you know, they're already pretty much ready. This one with the red hair, I think, is my favorite face. I don't know, she's just really cute. She reminds me some actress, I just can't think of it right now. But the other ones, I think her dress is my least favorite though, because it's just a black maxi dress, so it's kind of like, eh. The other ones are a little more interesting. There's like peekaboo openings and everything. And then the number 1 doll has just a t-shirt dress. It's a good basic, but she probably should have had some pants because it's very, very short. But also they come with black shoes in various styles. I love those black boots that the number 3 doll is wearing, the shorter boots that the number 1 is wearing. Yeah, these are really nice. I mean, we already kind of had something like this with Barbie looks. I don't know, maybe this is replacing Barbie looks, or maybe they are gonna run side by side. It's hard to tell. But at least with the basic line, you can get a little bit more of a simple canvas to build your outfit on. Also from Mattel, we'll soon be getting a special collector edition Polly Pocket with a Wicked theme. There's no info exactly on when it's coming, but we do know that it will include 3 figures and 2 accessories. Because this is a collector compact, it should be in the style of classic Polly Pocket. And my guess is that it's either going to be the Emerald City Palace or Shiz, and I would say Elphaba and Glinda are a given. The third character is, if it's Shiz, I'm gonna say it's Fiero. If it's the Emerald City, I'm gonna say it's the Wizard. And I did finally watch the movie, it was so good, and I can't wait to see the sequel, so I am totally hyped for more Wicked dolls and toys. No word on the price of this, but I'm guessing it's going to be more on the expensive side since it's a collector edition and it's based on Wicked, and Wicked is super popular and it's probably gonna sell out really fast. So make sure you keep your eyes open if you're wanting to get this Polly Pocket. And now we gotta talk about the big one, Monster High. So there are so many cool releases coming. We have G3 and Skullector things coming out, which, you know, I say Skullector because it seems like the Skullector brand is being refreshed. Instead of just being the horror-themed line of dolls based on classic movies, they're using Skullector for any collector Monster High doll in the G1 style. For example, the new Fang Club exclusive that will have already released by the time this video is out. If they keep making dolls like this at the Fang Club $50 price point, I might just have to join the Fang Club. And especially if there's going to be an early release of this next doll for Fang Club members, because this one sounds awesome. And I'm so excited to see what they look like. There's going to be a special Frankie Barbie collab to celebrate the 80th anniversary of Mattel as a company. And this is such an awesome crossover, especially because G1 Frankie has the black and white hair that goes with the black and white bathing suit of the original Barbie. It does mention that Frankie's skin is green in this doll, so this won't be grayscale. That would have been pretty cool since Barbie debuted when TV was still in black and white. But even still, I am so excited to see what this doll is going to look like. No price yet. This one I'm guessing is going to be $75. I'm just throwing that out there. Just because this is a big deal, it's a crossover, It's a very special edition. I just really, really hope that this is not a limited release and that they'll let everybody get one that wants one. And then our last two Skullector releases are dolls that we've seen before who are getting a new life. Or should I say, afterlife. Sorry, bad joke. We are going to be getting a second design of Beetlejuice and Lydia. And these will be based on their outfits from the wedding scene in the sequel movie, which means that this Lydia will be an adult-sized doll rather than a child-sized doll. And that'll be pretty cool if you already have the first 2-pack to have the 2 sizes of Lydia. Apparently the set is going to be $90. It sounds like the Beetlejuice doll will pretty much be the same base doll because they mentioned having heels, but the outfit is going to be that red grungy suit from the film. I'm interested to see how they differentiate this set from the first series because I haven't really looked at people's reactions too much, but to me, I kind of am like, shouldn't we be making new Skullector dolls rather than redoing other ones? But I guess they're trying to capitalize on the movie because it just came out last year. But still, if you're gonna make us spend another $90 on characters that we already got, they better be totally different and worth buying another set of dolls. Which is why I'm a little confused about this next release of the other resurrected character for Skullector, Elvira. She's going to be in a new Vegas-inspired outfit, but it sounds like it's going to be black on black again, like her first outfit. I've also heard that this release is supposed to be for Pride, though nothing about the description is making me think Pride, and I don't really know what Elvira has to do with Pride. That could be just because I don't really know much about her. So if you know something that I don't, definitely let me know. But yeah, I'm just a little confused on why we're getting a second Elvira. She's gonna be in a flashier outfit with a cape or something because it sounds like she's supposed to be performing in Vegas. I guess we'll see what she looks like, if she's worth buying a whole second Elvira. And now we move on to G3 at last. The next line of Skulltimate secrets will be coming out soon. This one is called Hauntlywood Mysteries. We have stock images of the packaging as well as concept art for the dolls themselves since we haven't gotten the stock images of the dolls. These might be a little different than the final release, but right now I think they're pretty close to the artwork on the packaging, and I don't really know what they're doing with these designs. I definitely don't think of glamour and movie stars when I look at these dolls. They almost look winter themed because of all the fur trim. The outfits look really heavy and thick, and that doesn't make sense in sunny, warm weather like in California. But let's look at them one by one. So Frankie, I'm not vibing with the pink lipstick. I feel like Frankie should only use dark lipstick, or if it has to be a brighter color, it needs to not be pink. Every Frankie that I've seen with pink lipstick just puts me off. And what is with the pink leg? Actually, why is pink Frankie's accent color in this line at all? It just doesn't really make sense. And the sleeves on this jacket are really ugly. I'm sorry. The rest of the outfit is fine. I kind of like the chain details on the shoes. And the way they styled Frankie's hair, I like. But I just don't really see this as like a glam Hollywood outfit. Claudine, I think, is the best one out of the 3. Purple and gold is always a good color combination. And instead of animal print, it looks like she has snake skin on her coat, which is a nice change. And of course, the fur trim works for her because that's just her general style. I even like the sunglasses. Of course, she's gonna have poly hair, which sucks for the curls because they're probably gonna be dry and unmanageable. But overall, she's okay. And then there's Caddy. Just why? Why did they add blue to her color scheme? She is giving cotton candy, but not in a cute way. They could have picked any other color as an accent. I could have seen green, yellow, red. I would have taken any of that. But the blue, and especially when they gave Frankie pink, that means there are 2 characters in this line with blue and pink color schemes in a line with only 3 dolls. I think that was just a really bad choice. In any other color, I think this outfit might have worked, even if it's not very Hollywood to me, but the blue just makes it clashy, and so it just throws the whole outfit off. Another sort of letdown in the design department is this Make a Monster Pet playset. that comes with a Frankie doll. My God. And I thought the last Frankie was bad, but this one, this is the worst Frankie I have ever seen. What is this color scheme? It is so bad. Like burning my eyes bad. The hot pink on the lip, the neon green coat, the stark white hair at the front. I mean, poor Frankie. This must have been before Cleo was giving them fashion advice. Because damn. But, okay. That's not really the point of this. The point of this is more so the playset. And it's kind of a cool idea. There's a lot of pieces to make your own custom Monster High pet. There's stickers, there's wings and tails and different faces and ears. And Monster High pets, I've always said that I like them a lot better than just your standard doll pet. But if they were gonna do something where you create your own Monster High thing, I would have rather them come out with a new version of Create a Monster so that you get an actual doll. Maybe that's something they're gonna do in the future. But you know what? It's all okay. Because this last line makes up for all the shortcomings of Skulltimate Secrets and the pet playset combined. The Scary Sweet birthday line. Oh my God. I saw them and I was floored. Well, I saw one in particular and I was floored, and I'm sure you can guess who. Draculaura! She's perfect! Oh, she might be my fave G3 Draculaura that they've ever done. She's so pretty. Not that I don't love all my Draculauras, but she's so cute! I just keep looking at her picture and I'm like, oh, when is she coming out? I'm obsessively checking all the time to see if the listings are up because I want to get her immediately. I cannot wait. I'm literally dying. She's everything. I love the dark lip. I love the spiderweb makeup. Her dress is adorable. The cage skirt's adorable. The gloves, the fan, the hair. She is so cute. I cannot wait to get my hands on her. I really can't. And the shoes. I don't want to jinx anything, but these might be the shoes that I'm waiting for. I can't really see what the heel looks like anyway, but oh my God, if these are the shoes, then she is going to be the most perfect #1 Draculaura from G3. But as if that wasn't enough, the rest of this line is also really good. So Frankie, this is how you make Frankie look amazing. Didn't I say dark lipstick? Look at the dark lipstick. It looks so much better on them. I also think the extra black in the hair looks better. I love the metallic blue of their accessories. I love the dress with the asymmetrical design. The way they incorporated cake decorations into the design. They did that for all of the dolls, but like it's so subtle. It's the perfect way of making it feel more like a birthday line instead of just a general party. This is probably my second favorite Frankie after Welcome Committee. And if Welcome Committee doesn't come out, then I will probably get this Frankie instead. I'm gonna have to stop you right there past me because I have been alerted to the fact that Welcome Committee Frankie is coming out 100% this year. Thank God. Thank you to Christina over at Christinaland who sent me a message with a post on Instagram of an inbox picture at last of Welcome Committee Frankie. And oh my God, now I feel safe to get excited about it again. And I mean, we've already seen plenty of pictures of Welcome Committee Frankie already, so, you know, I just had to put it out there that they are coming. The listing is up on Amazon, even though it's not available yet. But I gotta say, this box is kind of weird. It's very plain. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but the box isn't important anyway. We want the doll. Cleo also looks great. I'm not really a fan of balloon skirts, but I mean, if they were gonna do a balloon skirt, Cleo can pull it off. I love the color scheme. It's very similar to Core Refresh Cleo, so that's part of why I really like it, because I just feel like it's super cohesive for Cleo. I love that thing in her hair and her earrings. Her face up is gorgeous. I like the detached sleeves too, with the little bows hanging down. And by the color of her hair, because it looks very similar to Core Refresh, I think it's Saran. Don't quote me on that. And then we have C.A. Cupid, who managed to escape from the trenches of Ever After High to come back to where it all began. Honestly, she may not be as pale as her original iteration and not quite as gaunt looking, but she is one of the closest to me to a G1 counterpart out of all the G3 dolls that they've done so far. Now, personally, I always like Cupid a little better in Ever After High, mostly because of the lips. The heart lip design always makes me think that she's like holding a lemon in her mouth. Otherwise, I really like her design. Her shoes are definitely my favorite. I love the bow and arrow heels. Those are adorable. But I also really like the bony wings. I like the hearts on her eyelashes. The only criticism I'll say here, it has nothing to do really with the design, but more so with the release decision. To me, it's kind of weird that for Draculaura's big birthday party that she would have Cupid and not Laguna. The other thing about this Cupid is that she's more Valentine-y to me. She's not saying birthday. I mean, duh, Valentine's Cupid, but you know, she doesn't fit as well in this line as like going to the birthday party. Yes, she's bringing a present, she has a balloon, but if you took that away, I think you could just release her as the core Cupid doll. To put her in this line and replace Laguna just seems weird to me. But anyway, welcome back to Monster High Cupid. Congrats on getting a second chance while the rest of Ever After High stays sunken like the Titanic. And finally, from Scary Sweet Birthday, we have a playset because all of the big themes from G3 have had a playset to go with them. And this one comes with Claudine. This playset is really cute. You get to decorate birthday cakes and cupcakes for the party. And this is the kind of playset that I can really get into. It looks like you get several cake and cupcake options. There's all kinds of little decorations. They give you cake stands and little cake boxes. Really, really adorable. And part of them are plastic, but there's also molds with the Mattel equivalent of Play-Doh, which they've used in Barbie playsets in the past. So you make parts of the cake, and there's even an icing decorating tool that has different tips to do the trims. As a former cake decorator, that is freaking adorable. Now, there are some pros and cons here. Obviously, you know, whatever cake you make, you can redo it over and over again because it's made of the Play-Doh or whatever, but that's if you can keep the dough from drying out. I've never personally interacted with Mattel's dough, but when I had Play-Doh as a kid, all you had to do was leave that shit out for an hour and it was over. But in theory, this is a very cute idea for a birthday party themed line. But of course, we can't forget that it comes with Claudine. Her design is not as elaborate as the other dolls since she comes in the playset, but I do like the purple and gold. There was concept art of her floating around before with her hair in a lighter shade of purple, and I kind of liked that against her outfit, but then again, with the dark hair that she actually has, she has a better chance of having saran like the Monster Fest Claudine. I also really like the way they did the cage skirt over the pencil skirt. That's kind of a different take on the cage skirt style. It almost looks like they were trying to make an apron out of a cage skirt since, you know, she's baking. I wish I could get a better look at her shoes, but I guess the stock images wanted to focus on the playset part. But overall, I think this is a really fun companion playset for this line. It makes me think of Make It Mini, but without the resin. With that, before I have a meltdown, let's end the video. That was a lot. Good God. So as you can see, 2025 is already shaping up to be a huge year for dolls. The doll industry might be slowing down a little bit, but that does not mean that it's stopping. Oh no. Get your wallets ready because there's a lot of good stuff coming. But let me know what you think. What are you looking forward to most out of all this stuff that I talked about? What are your predictions for some of the things that we don't have a lot of information about yet? And as always, thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye!